Hi, I'm LeilaFox from LeilaFoxNation. In today's video, I want to share everything you need to know about Minion Masters version 1.6 that is launching on 10/16. For today's review, I'm going to be referencing a Reddit post. You will be able to see the link here above, and I'm also going to make sure that I post the link down below that we can get the full notes, check out the whole thing, make sure that you leave them some upvotes, and show them that you also appreciate them taking time to leave patch notes from the live dev stream that happened yesterday. If you're not aware, every Monday before a live update, the devs have a live stream on Play Minion Masters on Twitch. So make sure you also follow them and you tune in each season as well. All right, so first thing on this list is a reconnect feature, which has been something we have been complaining about for quite a while. It never feels good when you're playing a game and you disconnect and automatically lose the game. So according to these notes, we're going to be bringing in a much anticipated reconnect feature available in any mode where you play against other people. If you are disconnected from a patch for any reason, before its conclusion, you will be prompted to try and reconnect when you next reach the main menu. It also says that your opponent will not be aware that you disconnected. Your master is going to continue to auto attack. And they're also saying that this is going to fix the circumstance where your teammate could disconnect as the victory animation played, but you still end up losing. So I know a lot of people are very excited about this. I know I am, because I've had this happen to me multiple times. And so this is going to be a really nice feature to add in. The next big change coming is no double masters in pre-made 2v2. So no longer will you see double Morelia, double Mordar, double Stormbringer. It's going to be that when you team up with somebody into a pre-made, you have to be two different masters. And if you do try to queue up together as the same master, there's just not going to let you queue up. So this is going to be a big change coming. The next one, and this one's probably one of my favorites, is the Apep Redesign. If you're not familiar with what Apep looks like right now, this is what Apep looks like now, and this is what the Apep Redesign is. Personally, I love this. I think that this looks sleek. Still love the voice line. Sleek, stealthy, cunning, everything that you would expect a slithery serpent lord to be. So I think this is really exciting. I'm looking forward to this. There's also more here. Here's Apep's new animation while you are waiting. And there's also some in-game animation of the new Apep, which I love it. It's very, very serpent-like, which is what you would expect. The current Apep design looks very much like a brawler, just big, beefy Coliseum brawler. This fits the whole Sand Wars serpent theme, and I really, really love it. And the new victory animation as well. I think it's great. I'm pretty excited about it. I had started messing around with some Apep decks this season just for funsies because I want to test this out and see how much I really like the new redesign. I know a lot of people are very excited about it too. So far, this is probably one of my favorite changes that's coming. All right, now we get into balance changes for some cards, okay? So the first one's going to be the Defensive Chopper, is the counter damage is reduced from 100 to 75. So how I can see this being something that's a bit of an issue is right now Defensive Chopper is used to counter whelps. It's used to counter the propeller scrats. It's used to counter a lot of the ground minions as well to that very low health. Right now, a lot of those minions have 100 health, meaning they're not going to get one-shotted. So it's going to be interesting to see how this happens in gameplay now. The next change is going to be Stun Lancers. The Stun Lancers now have their health reduced from 150 to 130. And honestly, I'm not really sure how I feel about this change. The next change that a lot of people are really calling for is a change to Ritual of Servitude. The cost of a summon minion card is now capped at 6 mana. So Ritual of Servitude will now no longer be able to summon minion cards that cost 7 or more. So this looks like it's going to be a big change. I'm sure Ritual of Servitude decks are still going to be played, but you're not going to be able to get some of the big power spike minions like a Bara or a Reconator. Speaking of Bara, Bara also has a bug fix where minions that are summoned after Bara will no longer be affected by his rooting ability. So right now, when you play the game, you probably notice that when Bara is played by your opponent, if you play a minion within a certain period of time afterwards, they get rooted, even though your minions were played after Bara. So this really isn't a nerf or a buff per se. It really is just fixing a bug. So this will still be good. Disruptor Puffs. Now this is something new. Disruptor Puffs currently are a 2 mana, so they're going to go down to 1 mana. And instead of being 2 manas, it's going to be 1, but also be now known as a Disruptor Puff instead of Disruptor Puffs. And the whole ability has been reworked. The new ability is, after reaching a bridge, after a short delay, it teleports to the other bridge. It keeps teleporting back and forth every 6 seconds. So this makes this a very cheap bridge grab. You're looking at another 1 mana bridge grab that you can have in your utility. Gambler's Ball. This change seems a lot of fun. Truthfully, I don't run Gambler's Ball, but I have seen people who do. So now we're adding in a 20% chance of casting both Fireball and Healing Fireball at the same time. If you have been playing Gambler's Ball currently, it's a 50-50 chance of either casting Fireball or Healing. Now the way it's split up is a 40% chance of Fireball, 40% chance of Healing Fireball, and 20% chance to cast both at once. So even though I don't play this card, maybe I'll start. I'm curious to see how this is going to look. This could be a lot of fun. Sunburn now no longer deals damage to friendly minions, but still gives rage to friendly minions caught in the area of effect. Arcane Bolts now has a visual effect that indicates whether the enemy will be stunned or destroyed. How that's important is because if it stuns, for example, the dragon Nerver, we know it's not going to destroy her. It's going to do 1,000 damage. This is actually going to indicate whether it is going to destroy an enemy minion or if it's just going to stun it. And if the enemy becomes stunned, you will now regain 1 mana back after the spell is cast. And that seems pretty fair because before it was a bit of a gamble. You play the card, and depending on what minions are out, it was hit or miss. So at least now you're going to know. Spawn of Fury now hits a random friendly minion within a targeted area of effect. So now they're saying it can be targeted. Demon Warrior is another change a lot of people have been talking about. Currently, Demon Warrior is 6 mana. In this update, Demon Warrior is going to be reduced down to 5 mana. She's also going to have her health reduced from 450 to 300, and her damage is going to be reduced from 110 to 100. Now, her effect is going to be, she gains triple health and damage after the 5th time her card is played, gaining up to a total of 900 health and 300 damage. So she is getting less of a mana cost. She's also getting less health. She's going to have less damage. So is that a fair trade-off? We're probably just going to have to see. Right now I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they want to start tossing her in a King Puff deck, for example. So I'm curious to see how she looks going forward. Lost Legionnaires. The new effect is that the Empyrean Army gains Rage. The Empyrean Army is a conditional effect that requires you to have 5 or more Empyrean faction cards in your deck when this card is played. I used to have a lot of fun playing Calth Dawnhammer with some Empyreans, so maybe we'll do this again. We'll have to see. Crystal Arcanist is getting a bit of a buff. Her damage is going to be increased from 35 to 40. Considering that towards the end of the season, you saw a lot of Thelic and Elf decks, it looks like we're probably going to have some more of that happening. Magma Cannon health is increased from 300 to 350, but the duration remains at 30 seconds. And another change a lot of people have been asking for is they wanted a nerf to Milloween, the actual master. So this is what they came up with. Perk 1 has changed from add the Arcane Golem card to your deck to add an Arcane Golem card to your deck every 30 seconds and it's one-time use. So now it's going to be 30 seconds in between when you're able to get the card and play it again. So it's a little bit of a nerf too. And I think a lot of people are hoping that doing this will allow for more of a variety of Milloween decks to be played. Also, the Arcane Golem speed is going to increase from 2 to 3, which very similar to the Harbinger speed increase, is it's going to allow the opponent to be able to deal with it a little bit sooner. And the last change we're going to talk about is werewolves. Right now, there's multiple different cards that could play werewolves, whether you're playing Howling Moon or any of the other options. And the attack speed is changing from 1 to 1.1 seconds. So they are going to just attack a little bit slower, you know. So even though they're going to be attacking a little bit slower, we had talked up ahead about how Defensive Chopper is going to be doing a little bit less damage too. So I'm curious to see how some of these interactions are going to look. With all these changes, what are you excited about? Are you excited for these changes? Are you disappointed? Is there something you had hoped would have been in there and you didn't see? Make sure that you come and connect with me on the live stream. I am going to be streaming Minion Masters on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, 10/16, when the update is live. I would love to know some of your feedback. Come hang out with me. We could chat about these changes, see what's going on. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It's free. Maybe hit the like button, leave me a comment, and tell me what you think. You know, what are you excited about? Are you as excited about the new Apep as I am? I would greatly appreciate that. You guys taking time to interact with me and share the content really shows me how much you appreciate this type of content. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Make sure you catch me on the live stream because I'm really excited about some of these changes and I want to see what you have to say. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our video, you can catch us live on twitch.tv/LeilaFoxNation 4 days a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on by and be part of our community, and we'll see you there.